All right, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. This is Ben Powell, Coach Ben here, and my good friend Kathryn Asaro. And she is a gratitude girl, a fantastic relationship specialist. I've known her for over 12 years. I met her in Toronto at a Send Out Card seminar, and it just blossomed from there. I remember back in the days when she was just a small person in the company, only a senior manager, and now she's some bigwig executive just killing it out there. So, without further ado, Kathryn, take it away and let us know a little bit about your story and what has got you to where you are today.
Ben, thank you so much. I can't believe it's 12 years since we since we met. I like to walk into the room by lifting everyone and myself. And I walk in by saying, RaRa is in the house. Do you know that when you lift your arms up or you cross your midline, you raise your energy? So if you did this for just 1 second, just lifted your arms. Coach Ben, can you do that? All right. How do you feel?
I feel great as always. Feels
Okay. This is what you do. If you want to lift yourself up, just raise your hands. Think about when people are saying, I'm the greatest. Think about who says that. I'm the
I'm the
greatest.
greatest. Muhammad Ali, I think, said that.
That's it. Everybody knows he branded himself. I am the greatest. And he knew what he was talking about. So I like to walk into the room and say, rah rah's in the house. And I do appreciate you inviting me to be here with you today on your show. And I love what you've been doing. Talk about what a difference 12 years can make. I was reading a lot about you before I got on, not just because of what I know about you because we're friends, but what you say on social media. And I so appreciate the fact that you're so transparent. So my story starts with building friendships. Basically, that's how we got started as friends. And that's how I think everybody gets started. They build a relationship. Hopefully, it's a good one and it's a positive one. So many, many moons ago, I'll be having a birthday coming up in April. I had a different business. As you know, we just said that before we went live, right? We have
That's
a
right.
different life. So I do have other businesses. I'm a gratitude girl. I have a show with Lori Delk called The Gratitude Girls. I have a company called The Bridge, which is a unique educational platform where I work with businesses and individuals to scale, take a system or take some kind of a new project that they have, and then create insanely profitable deliverables. And I've been working diligently to build an international team with Send Out Cards for 13 years. And that has been quite the door opener. It just, I didn't know what I didn't know when I got started. I
Oh,
thought, I'm going to make beautiful cards. Like, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share that with the world. And little did I know that I would get to meet people like you, people like Lori Delk, and create other businesses from this where we could teach people how to share their gratitude. I have seven, my husband and I have seven grandchildren. I'm broadcasting to you live from Niagara on the Lake, Ontario, Canada. But you might hear my New York accents come out because I was born in Brooklyn, New York, and I lived there for 28 years. And then I fell in love and I moved to Montreal and I moved to Canada, which has been my home for 36 years.
that's a long time. So, what is your thoughts on daily engagement and friendship building?
Okay, well, friendship building is listening to your friends, holding brave space, and relationship building. If we're talking about with our current friends like you and I, it's stay in touch. If it's someone that we don't know, and I'll be a little bit more detailed about that, it's really understanding. Like, I went and read your social media. I read what you said about your mentor and how he changed your life and how you're promoting that gentleman and what he did for you. So I think in our friendship, it's to know what's going on in our day to day life. My best friend and I share pictures of our dinner to one another. This is what we're eating tonight. Some of my business friends and I, we share what are your dreams for this week or this month. And of course, I send cards, but more than that, I send sacred space and I hold space for those relationships to build. I don't just think about what's in it for me because that's not building a relationship.
I can remember back when I first started, like I've been online doing business now for about, well, it was like 19, yeah, 19. I'm saying 19, probably 1999. And I can remember back then when I was building businesses or trying to build businesses, because like I was saying earlier, I failed for a very long time before I started seeing some success. And I was trying to make it all about me, myself, and had the money that I was going to make. I was not worried about the friendship building. I was one of those people that we all hate so much that are just throwing their link at you, sending you a message, hey, join this, join that. And, I was having a hard time being, I'm going to say, laser focused because there's so many other things. And like I've talked about before, I call it the shiny object syndrome, like so many other people have talked about, where people are just bouncing like a buoy in the water, like Jim Rohn talked about. That all they do is bong, 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 and they're getting nowhere because they're not focused on what exactly it is they're doing. They don't have a plan, and they're not building relationships or nothing. All they're doing is just is wishing, hoping that people are going to join their business. And then when people do join their business, they have no support. So what's going to happen if they don't have no support because you don't have the support? Because a lot of these people nowadays, I guess a lot of it is different. Our mentors and our uplines are a lot more helpful than they used to be. But I just tell you, building friendships for myself is really key and very important for the fact that I would have not met people like you. I would have not just stepped out or I don't remember you talk to me, I talked to you. I have no idea. I don't really remember, but it's all about meeting people. That was where I met Jordan. That's where I met a bunch of other great people over the years. Even when I was in Las Vegas, I went to go pro once, and I learned about building relationships and building the friendships, and that is what's getting me where I am today. And I just want to know, Kathryn, where do you see yourself going in, say, 5 years from now?
You could have said 10. I'm not that old. Yeah, I think we all have aspirations and plans. So I believe in depth, and in the business that I'm in with my company, The Bridge, and with Gratitude Girls, and even developing our send out cards business. To me, it's about having depth, not width. Like, nobody wants to get fat. They want to get strong. So think about the body in the business. I don't want to get wide, right? I just want to make sure that I go deep into that. So I believe doing more of what I currently know to be successful, and all the things that I don't know, I leave space for every day. It's like going to the gym. I used to own a private gym in Montreal and a psychology practice. You go to the gym, you're like, I know what I'm going to do today. I'm going to do chest and bicep, because I know how to do that. And that's going to make me look better. And then you get with the personal trainer who says, we're going to do some core exercises today. And you're like, come on, I don't want to do squats. I don't want to do core. I don't want to do that. I don't want to lift a kettlebell. I know what to do. Well, we do know what to do. But if we don't leave some room for something new to develop those muscles, those success muscles that we have, then where will we land? So my plan in 5 years is to always have a space to create something new with those success muscles that might be sleeping, or the ones that aren't yet awake, so that I can give more, be of service, and have a greater impact on the community that I know and the community that does not yet know me.
That's awesome. That your response to my questions is just phenomenal, and it comes across. I know we've known each other a long time, and I just feel safe speaking with you and stuff. Uh, so another thing that I just want to know is what was your childhood like? Let's hear a little bit about your previous life.
It's part of who I am today. I was blessed. I was very fortunate. And not everyone can say that, but I can say that I have and had loving parents, because they're both gone now. I was always looked at as the child who could do no wrong. I was always inspired, yet motivated, and encouraged. I had the kind of mother who said, Kathy, just do it. You can do it. Do what you want. Because I was called Kathy then, right? And I didn't think that there were any limitations. I didn't think I couldn't do something. So we had a family business. You'll read that in my bio on my website, if I may say, thebridgeandpowers.com. I'm a New Yorker who had a family business of asphalt. That wasn't really a consideration for me as a young girl. I was back then in the 60s, right, to go into the asphalt business. So I thought, well, I would love to take that business over. I'm one of 3 children. It would have been for my brother to do or my older sister, but I was thinking, can I take this business over? So I didn't. And I decided that at a very young age, I would pursue being an entrepreneur. A quick story. I remember being like 9 or 10 and putting on a gypsy costume and doing sort of like a gypsy dance with my girlfriend on the grass on the side of the house, thinking, well, if I can entertain people, maybe they would come by and I could be of service to them. I remember thinking, well, I'll just do a gypsy dance. I really didn't even know what that was, wearing long skirts and kerchiefs. And so I thought I would entertain people, make them feel happy. And who knew send out cards would come into my life, because that's basically what we do with that business.
Yeah, exactly. That reminds me of a story of myself when I was a child. As I'm going to be doing a speech in the for Kin Club here locally in a couple of weeks, and of course it's based around kindness. And I remember being as a child, my parents always telling us, "Do not talk to strangers. Stay away from strangers." And I'm not saying that's the wrong thing for parents to tell their children, but it might be a different way that we can go about it in the future. Today we live in a really much different world, but what that does, in my opinion, is it instills people to be afraid to talk to people, not just as children, but into their adolescent and young lives. And we're in the business of making friends and talking to new people, and people just don't know how to reach out and start that friendship. You know, I I get messages every day where people say, "Hello, how are you? Where are you from?" You know, that kind of gets redundant and boring. Why are people not actually going to your profile, looking you over, like you were talking about earlier? You've been to my profile, you know what I'm about, you know how I spread gratitude, friendship, kindness, and all that stuff every single day. And that is how I'm attracting my tribe, and and building my course and all that stuff that I'm doing behind the scenes that most people don't know nothing about, because I'm not out there spreading it all over my Facebook. I'm not saying that you shouldn't share your lives, but there's a way to go about it, and then there's ways to not go about it. Well, anyways, everybody, this was Kathryn. And like she says, she is an appreciation specialist. And anybody that is commenting and visiting this here live, I would like to send you a customized greeting card. All you have to do is hit me up and I will send that out to you. Just because that's what we do. Anyways, I'm going to let Kathryn finish it up here with whatever she would like to finish it up with. And that'll be it for today.
Ben, I really appreciate that. I wanted to say to your audience about something about you. People who are just tuning in and don't know you as long as I do, I don't know if they have the same deep appreciation that my husband and I do. You're a kind, giving person. You always were from the first day I met you. So if someone meets you today and they think you're kind, I invite you to stick around for 12 years and keep telling yourself that about Ben. Because 12 years later, Ben is as kind today as he was the first day that we met him. And 12 years later, here I am being interviewed by Ben. And I knew all along that Ben would do amazing things. I just knew that about you. I felt that. I remember speaking to you when I was living in one of my homes. We used to live downtown Toronto. And I remember listening to you and thinking, you are going to do something greater than you even know. So for your audience, I only wish that they could know you as long as I know you, but I'll always be 12 years ahead. So I feel like I'm the lucky one. So to your audience, stick with Ben. And Ben, thank you so much for inviting me and giving me a chance to talk about the great days of my childhood and what I am doing right now with the wonderful people such as yourself in 2022.
Well, Kathryn, I really like to thank you for the appreciation and the kind words. You touch my heart every time that we speak and we talk. If only everybody could feel the feelings that we have between each other as friends, the world would be a different place, especially
Yes.
with all that's going on in the world today. I'm not speaking of any place in particular because there's so much going on that we don't see behind the scenes. We only see a lot of what the media wants us to see. So, could you only imagine what the world would be like if the news channel was only a positive news channel and that's all we seen was positivity? I think that would be a
Yeah.
changed world. And I'm going to leave you, everybody, with that thought right there about a changed world. It's between you and me, and we can do it. So have a great day. Enjoy your Monday, and I will see you all on Thursday for another great time together on Thursday morning. Bye for now.
Ciao.